You're listening to episode 6 of the Tuneful Parent Podcast, Sensory Play. Don't forget sound.
Oh, my pretty baby. Oh, my sweetie baby. I just can't believe I'm yours.
Hey parents, you're listening to the Tuneful Parent Podcast. I'm your host, JoEllyn Sumner, the Tuneful teacher. I'm a vintage-loving crooner coming to you from the windy city of Chicago. My mission is to give you the tools to cultivate a tuneful home that will grow joyful, compassionate, empathetic, lifelong learners. I believe we are all born musical people, and I'm here to empower you. Tune in to learn easy songs, games, rhymes, and dances. Everything you need to engage intentionally with your children, all while building and stimulating their brain, nurturing their heart, and stirring their soul. Here's your backstage pass. Let's get tuneful. Welcome back, everybody. As a music educator, I have noticed this big trend in early childhood and parenting groups and on Pinterest about sensory play. And I have noticed that it's a lot of tactile, it's a lot of hands-on, but not a lot of engagement with the ear. And so I collaborated with Holly Wall from Broccoli Boxes, Sensory Kits for Kids, the blog post I did for her over at broccoliboxes.com. Sensory play includes sound. Sound play is rarely thought about as a specific sensory activity, although hearing is one of the most frequently stimulated senses for children, especially in the age group from birth to 7. Listening skills are also very important as they have an impact on all areas of learning and communication. Music is extremely important for children, and many learn best when a concept is set to music. Music can encourage gross motor skill development as children learn to dance, and fine motor skills as children learn clapping songs and finger plays, and even moving on to hands-on instrument playing. Children still need you, parents, to help them feel what a steady beat is. So don't go too far when you're engaged with your little in musical sensory play. Listening to music is an easy sensory activity, of course. Very young children will enjoy waving their arms and legs when they're listening to music, and older children might even choreograph more complex dance routines. You can use music at different volumes and music of different tempos and genres to create all sorts of different effects. Children will be affected differently by sounds, timbres, and textures of music. By diversifying their exposure to music, children will expand their worldview and their tastes. Try listening to The Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra. Google it. Put it into YouTube. You can help your children identify and classify different instruments into their sections and family of sounds. When winding down, maybe after a busy day, try putting on some whale music, rainforest sounds, or similar nature, music, spa, meditation soundscapes. These are great options over white noise machines. At bedtime, at rest times, to promote relaxation, but will also nurture the brain without overstimulating it, keeping your child awake. Singing songs is also an easy sensory activity, and your child will really not mind if you're in tune or not. Your voice is the most important voice your child will ever hear, so let go and have fun. I have some earlier blog posts, episodes in the podcast all about family fun voice games and singing to your kids, not just talking to your kids. Look for those in the show notes. Want to know a secret? The Tuneful Home Parental Music Membership doors are going to be opening on June 1st. Get on the wait list today so you can be the first to know how to be a part of the only parental music membership out there in the world today. Just go to thetunefulteacher.com/waitlist. Let me guess, you're struggling how to play with your children musically. You're feeling a little helpless and not sure what to do. And you don't want to put your kiddo in front of a screen all day. Well, what if I told you it didn't have to be this way? In fact, your children want to hear you sing and play with them. You'll have their attention while you'll be growing their trust and love at the same time as growing their brain. I want to introduce you to my signature 4-step method, the home method, a simple step-by-step method for parents who want to cultivate a musical family to build babies' brains and hearts through joyful bonding moments. To help you get started on your journey to have a tuneful home, you'll also get access to a private Facebook group, live parent-child classes, special guest experts who will speak on a variety of topics, and monthly tuneful teas where we'll get together to just chat. Don't miss out on the Tuneful Home Parental Music Membership and get on the waitlist today. www.thetunefulteacher.com/waitlist. What are you waiting for? Did you know that children can learn concepts easily through songs? There are songs for just about everything. There are animal noise songs like Old MacDonald Had a Farm, counting songs, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I caught a fish alive, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I let him go again. We have the alphabet song, songs about colors, shapes, vehicles, and so much more. A great sound sensory activity is a homemade orchestra. So make musical instruments with your child at home. Simple shakers can be made by filling plastic bottles with rice, lentils, or dried peas. A serving spoon on a string struck by another serving spoon is like a triangle. A plastic box covered with grease-proof paper can make a drum, or even just use an empty box itself. An empty tissue box with elastic bands stretched over the hole can make a guitar. Older children can experiment with a series of jars with different amounts of water and can decipher high and low pitches. You can check out my blog on easy DIY instruments for more information. Check it out in the show notes. This is one of my favorites, and I highly encourage you, as the weather is getting warmer, to go on a sound scavenger hunt. Ask your children, what can you hear? Can you hear traffic? A police car siren? What about a fire engine siren? An ambulance siren? What makes them different? Or are they very similar? Can you hear the pedestrian crossing beep? Did you hear a dog barking? What kind of bird is that that's singing? Or is it an owl? Do you hear any church bells tolling? Write down a sound scavenger hunt and see if you can hear everything on it. Go for a walk in the countryside. Go for a walk in the forest. Go for a walk in the city. Go for a walk near a body of water. Are the sounds same or different? Make this a weekend fun activity for you to explore different sounds in different places. And don't be afraid to think out loud and wonder out loud to help your children guide their listening activity. Oh, I wonder what that high sound is. Do you hear that really high sound? Do you hear that chirping sound? What do you think that could be? Do you think that's a frog or do you think that's a cricket sound? Giving them the inquiry-based, loosely based instruction is going to be so much fun for the kids to wonder and question and come up with their own ideas. And even if they're wrong, it's still getting them to think, to wonder, and to inquire, which are all excellent higher level thinking skills. Why don't you make your own music memory game? Like a sound matching game. Fill little Dixie cups or non-see-through jars or pots with small objects like coins, gravel, marbles, sand, rice, paper clips, maybe staples, buttons, or maybe use some different types of food like dried peas and make at least 2 of each. Seal them securely. Shake the little cups or pots and see which ones sound the same. How many can your child match? Can they identify what it might be inside? These are just a few of the very diverse ways that sound can be incorporated into sensory play. Make sure when you're planning your sensory play activities, you include a mixture of making music, quiet listening activities, as well as movement and dance to music, as these are all very important, and children love to dance. If you're ready to incorporate musical play into your home and would like more hands-on activities and structured songs, games, rhymes, and dances, I will encourage you. Maybe you would like to enroll in a self-paced, on-demand parent-child music class with me. You can do so at thetunefulteacher.com/courses. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Just because this jam session is over doesn't mean our time together has to end. Head over and join my Facebook group, The Tuneful Parent. And if you're on Instagram, take a screenshot, add it to your stories, and tag me at The Tuneful Teacher. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay tuneful, parents.